I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be friends or friends with benefits. I got an email here from a guy who's gotten himself into a situation that I know I used to get into a lot when I was in my early to mid-20s. And I see a lot of guys doing this where they become friends with a girl that they like, or maybe say the gal had a boyfriend or something like that. And they become friendly and they start hanging out, and over the months, the weeks, maybe a year or two, obviously she complains about her boyfriend and how much he's such a jerk, and then she'll say things like, "Oh, I wish he was more like you." And then the guy starts assuming, "Oh, well, she likes me." And then his whole life is on hold romantically, while this love of his life, or what he thinks is the love of his life, is sleeping with some other dude, and he's the male girlfriend. Now, obviously, that's not a situation you want to be in, and it's very unpleasant because all you end up with is hurt feelings, you end up being lonely, and a hellacious case of fucking blue balls when you're around someone like this. And so I got an email here from a guy who's in a situation with a gal that he likes. He's been friends with her, obviously, and so what he's done here, well, let me just read the email first. He says, "Hi, Corey, I read your article on when a woman you like only wants to be friends." That was another article that I had written, which you can Google that title and it'll come up. Basically, I'm in a situation where I do have a woman who I really want to be in a relationship with, and I've told her this, and she said no. She sees me as a friend. Well, the first thing that you made a mistake is that you told her you wanted to be in a relationship with her. And the thing you got to understand about women is that they fall in love slowly over time. And men, of course, we're visual creatures. We see a hot woman, and right away we're thinking about marriage, what our kids are going to look like, how good she's going to look in our car. I mean, all those things that, just because we're guys, that's the way we think. But women, they fall in love slowly over time. And as far as a relationship goes, that's something that if you're doing everything right and you're just creating one great romantic opportunity for sex to happen after another, every time you go out and she just has a blast with you, you got to remember it's all about engaging a woman's emotions and focusing on how she feels when she's around you. And too many guys get focused on the logic of it, and they think women are like a light switch. Like, "Oh, I've been friends with this girl for 2 years, so we should be able to, she knows me. She knows how I am, so we should just be able to go from being friends one day to, it's like flipping on a fucking light switch. And then we're in a relationship together, and then sex and everything else we can have. And she's my girlfriend, and I'm her boyfriend." Well, it doesn't work this way. And see, men that don't understand how a woman, how her mind works and how her heart works, just think logically. Hey, we've known each other 6 months, we've hung out all these times, so that's got to be worth a lot of dates, so we should just start sleeping together. It's a process. A woman's going to fall in love with you slowly. So he says, "I always said to myself that when I plucked up the courage to tell her, whatever her response was, we'd still be friends. So I told her, and we are good friends. As good as ever, thankfully." Really? How's that case of blue balls working out for you, pal? Can't be a lot of fun. The problem is that I don't think she was completely honest with me. I know what to look for in terms of when a girl likes you, and there were so many signs there, even down to subtle things like loads of kisses at the end of texts, to the lesser subtle things like when we went out together, she was gently punching my balls as a laugh. So that's sexual innuendo there, but you got to understand, digital kisses at the end of a text women do that to all their girlfriends. They do it to their friends. They do it to their boyfriends. They do it to they do it. It means nothing. And you can't equate digital kisses for meaning, "Oh yeah, well, she's really thinking about kissing me." So what's happening is you're overrating her level of interest in you, and you don't really know what to look for, because I don't think you read my book yet. So you can download the Amazon Kindle version you can download an app for 99 cents right to your smartphone, your iPad, your PC, your Mac, under 60 seconds, and you can read and learn the basics of what women really want and what they really respond to. Because when a woman likes you, she's going to flick her hair, she's going to touch your arm, she's going to stand too close as you're walking, or maybe if you're playing a game of pool or throwing darts, she'll stand too close, she'll bump into you as you're walking down the street. You know, she'll flick her hair, she'll run her fingers through her hair, she'll twirl her hair around her fingers as you're talking. She'll ask you personal questions about yourself as you're hanging out. Those are the things that a woman does when she has romantic interest in you. And I don't see anything other than her punching you in the balls. And the way that you want to approach it, because obviously she knows that you like her, is that you stop all contact with her. Stop calling her, stop texting her, stop emailing her. Only respond to her if she's initiated some form of contact with you. Because this is going to put her in a position where she's chasing you. And if she's chasing you and she's pursuing you, then that's what causes the level of romantic interest in you to go up. If she has feelings of attraction for you, which you haven't mentioned anything here that she said that. I mean, the only thing she said was that she sees you strictly as a friend. And obviously you really like this girl, and she's comfortable enough to where she's punching your balls, and you could say something, you know, after she got done doing it, saying, you could just say, you know what, I think you need to kiss me now to make up for the fact that for the past few minutes you've been using my balls as a punching bag. And she could say, well, you spread your legs, or you stood apart so I could do that. And you say, well, I was only making it easy for you to do what you were already thinking anyways. I mean, I can see how sexually frustrated you are. And, you know, besides, if you play your cards right, maybe, just maybe, at the end of the evening, my balls will end up on your forehead. And it's goofing and playing. It's like, you know, it's sexual innuendo. It's a little outrageous. It's playful. That's how you approach it, and you bring up the subject when you're hanging out and when she does things like that. And so here's what I would do if I were you. Obviously, you need to read my book ASAP. But stop moving forward completely with this girl. Stop phoning her, texting her, emailing her, any of that shit. You just have to only respond to her when she contacts you. And the next time she does call you or text you, invite her to I mean, what do you guys do when you hang out? So, I mean, meet her out somewhere, or take her to like a sports bar, a place where you can throw darts or play some pool, or, you know, it's winter time, so it's probably gonna be cold, and, you know, unless you live in Florida like me, which is fucking 80 degrees outside, and I could go to the beach today if I wanted to. But obviously if it's cold and there's snow up there, I mean, go someplace where you can hang out, have a few drinks, shoot the shit, laugh, play, tease with each other. The kinds of things you do when you hang out, but it's just you and her, not you and a bunch of friends or whatever. And go out with her and see how she is. If she's, you know, and use some of these skills that I talk about in my book. Tease her, be playful. Love is playful and fun. It's not serious. So forget about relationship talk, because that's something a woman brings up when she's been dating you for a couple of months and she feels comfortable enough that she's ready to take your relationship to that next level. And the other thing I would do is, so I'd go out with her twice at the most. Go out with her once, over, you know, when she calls you next, set a date 3 or 4 days in advance, just hanging out kind of like you normally would. Make definite plans, pick her up or meet her there, whatever, and just see how she is. If she's getting close to you and touching you and doing sexual innuendo back when you're messing with her, then, I mean, if you're close to her at some point in the evening, just look at her lips, and then into her eyes, and then down at her lips, and then into her eyes again. And if she looks at your lips, then that means she's ready to kiss you as well. She's thinking the same thing. And if she doesn't do that, then, you know, if she's cold and she's like a cold fish, I would do this twice. Oh, and make sure you go out with her once, and then it has to be at least another week after that. And you only plan dates if she's contacted you first. And so if you go out with her twice and she's a total cold fish, she doesn't come near you, doesn't touch you, is not, you know, reaching over, she's not playing back with you with sexual innuendo. And so you go out on 2 different dates and say she's a cold fish on both of them. Then at this point, when she calls, talk to her for a few minutes, and just say, hey, you know what? I think you need to grab a bottle of wine and come on over and seduce me tonight. Just like that. And she'll either say, sure, I'll come on over, and she'll grab a bottle of wine and she'll come over, or she'll give you excuses or reasons why she can, or she'll try to get you to meet out someplace or do something else, and just say, nah, I'm just in the mood to hang tonight. Just give me a call if you change your mind. And just leave it like that. And every time she calls, try to do the same thing. Hey, I think you should grab a bottle of wine, come on over and seduce me. Just be like a fucking broken record. Keep telling her the same thing over and over. And one of two things is going to happen. Either she's going to throw in the towel and come on over with a bottle of wine and seduce you, or she's going to stop calling you. And either way, you're either going to get what you want with her, or she's going to take herself out of the picture completely, and then that way you can focus completely on meeting someone new who actually has mutual romantic interest in you. And so if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Would Be a Toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website, and click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. And at the very least, you can share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Would Be Toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you got a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic that you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab, which is on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 3 or 4 paragraphs detailing your situation, and just give me several days to get back to you with a detailed response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and obviously I get a lot of email from my paying phone coaching customers, so I got to concentrate on them first. So I will get back to you. Just be patient with me. And if you want to talk to me right away and book a paid phone coaching session so I can help you with a specific challenge or situation, click the Products tab, which is at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And I'll talk to you soon.